I'm gonna stop it here. When it talks about discrimination, it goes all the way back to that original question, why do whites outperform blacks in America? I call it the coach's son syndrome, meaning this. The starting quarterback thinks that he's the starting quarterback because he's the fastest, he has the most athletic intelligence, he has the best arm, and he works the hardest in practice. And he totally ignores the fact that the coach is his dad, right? And so he thinks he's better than the second string coach, and he ignores the fact because of his ego that his dad has him out on the field because he's showing him favoritism. And so what that leads to in this country is, I call it a white superiority complex, meaning this: I have a history of success. I deny the impact of racism on people's progress. I feel like it's my personal effort, ambition, and intelligence that's got me where I'm going. Solely that. No assistance from racism. Therefore, now I start to judge black people. You must not be trying hard enough. Oh, I'm the starting quarterback because the second string quarterback, he's not working hard enough. He's not that good. And that turns into frustration. It's like, oh, man, you know, they're not even trying, et cetera. And then that frustration, what it does, it expresses itself through further racism, stigma, and discrimination. I call this white America's burden. What that means is this. Most white Americans will say it's a contradiction. Yes, I understand there's racism and discrimination in this country. But then the contradiction says, but that has nothing to do with where people end up in life. And it has nothing to do with other people's life outcomes of the racial groups. And that's a total contradiction. But yet that burden of constantly having to make that statement and try to convince other people or gaslight other people to believe it, that takes a lot of work. And the black American's burden is this: in order for me to keep up in this society, I have to be superior. Meaning, in society is set up to where the average, let's just say the average white man, if he runs the best he can, he'll be okay at the end of the race. However, it's set up that the average black man, if he runs the best he can, he's gonna look like he's below average, right? And if he's superior, because of all the barriers, he's gonna, at the end of the race, he may stay in the race, but he's gonna look average. Does that make sense? And so that's the burden of being a black American, meaning if I'm not super talented in some type of area, whether it's intellectually, emotionally, socially, or whatever, I'm probably gonna fall behind.